I'd like to call the Tuesday, February 16, 2017 special call meeting to order. It's approximately 5:06 p.m. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Burgess,
Here.
Councilman Shelley,
Here.
Councilman Ron,
Here.
Vice Mayor Fickle, Mayor Porter.
Here. Tab 1, Mr. Manager.
The December 21st, 2016 meeting, council approved negotiations with DLR Group to prepare preliminary project development drawings using conceptual design concept developed by the Landmark Entertainment Group. This purchase order is for the continued design services to produce final construction documents for bidding and permitting. Staff recommends mayor and council approve the attached resolution authorizing city manager to issue a purchase order to DLR Group for final design development for the Cyberway project. This resolution will supplement the previous approved agreement with DLR at the December 21st, 2016 CAR. The proposal is for a lump sum fee of $469,880 plus reimbursable expenses estimated at $46,988 to be invoiced monthly of a percentage complete basis.
Questions from council? This is a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing at this time. Anyone would like to speak?
Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Burgess, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I apologize for not being there, but I didn't think anybody wanted me coughing all over them tonight. Mr. Manager, could you just kind of, because I couldn't find anything that described exactly what estimated reimbursables are, could you, one, tell me what that amount of money, and is that pretty much a standard rate? And then on page 10, under assumptions and exclusions, it talks and references a hourly rate in Group C, but I couldn't find Exhibit C anywhere. So to see what their hourly rate and things like that are.
Julio?
Mayor and Council, regarding the first question on the reimbursables, they're basically based on a 10% basis. It's just a contingency item to have in there in case there are some additional expenses, such as travel to the site, copying, courier expenses, etc. It's just a placeholder there, so we make sure that we have enough money allocated. That doesn't mean that that amount will be used, and of course, those reimbursable expenses will have to be approved by the city when they invoice us on whatever it is that they're claiming to be a reimbursable expense. Regarding the second question, which was in reference to the rate structure, in the original agreement that they submitted in December 21st of last year, they have included with the city their basic hourly rates for different type of project officials from their firm. So it's just to make sure that they're using that pay rate and they're not coming up with new costs.
Okay, so that was, excuse me, that would have been in another, on a different meeting where that would be available for me to look at.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Burgess.
Hold on a second. I was just going to read the resolution into the record.
Okay.
It's a resolution of the City Council of the City of Homestead, Florida, approving the procurement of architectural and engineering services from DLR Group, Inc. for the design of the Cyberway, providing for implementation, providing for an effective date.
Okay, this is a public hearing. Open up the public hearing. Anyone like to speak? Close the public hearing. Any final comments, questions from council? Mr. Williams, we just closed the public hearing.
Oh, you did?
Yes, sir.
I had somebody here for the public hearing.
Did you, sorry, we went on ahead and got started.
I appreciate it.
Did you have any questions, Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I just had one final question. As related to the next step from this body. After this, where we go from.
Next step, Mr. Burgess, Mr. Manager.
Next step in terms of, there'll be a whole bunch of steps ahead of us once we have the construction drawings, final decision from the council. By that time, hopefully we'll have an answer on new market tax credits, establish a final budget, and then get final approval from the council. And then there'll be some sort of a procurement process as well, so there'll be additional steps ahead of us.
So what's the time, what is the timeline on this, on the, I know there are a lot of moving parts, but after,
Timeline is to have 100% construction drawings by April. Do we have a specific date in April? Sometime in April. And then we're hoping we'll have an answer on new market tax credits. Obviously, our goal is $4 million for that, and obviously, if we don't get it, that shifts some of the budget away from what we're trying to do, or we find other sources, but that $4 million will do a world of good if we can get it.
okay, and the last question, I mean, I think it's in proper order. Because of the shortage of the what we originally was planning for, I guess from the 7 points, 4-6 million or something of that sort. How would that affect?
Even though we're using the same site, we're looking at these as two separate projects. The potential shortfall on the parking garage movie theater project is we've got basically several ways to win here, one of which is we have an application for new market tax credits for that as well. And so we're hoping if we get some money for that, then we can close the gap that way. We also have Nancy Prowett working on trying to find out from the federal level and or from the state, can they make good on that $800,000 that basically we were promised 7.6, and it looks like it's actually 6.8. And so is anybody willing to figure out how to close that gap for us? So those would be the two things. But if that gap relies directly for that project, not for the library.
Okay, so it won't, okay. All right, thank you, Mayor. That was all of my questions that I.
All right, Mr. Williams, thank you,
So,
sir. Any final comments, questions from council? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Any final comments? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Williams?
Yes.
Councilman Roth? Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Councilman Shelley? Vice Mayor Fairclough?
Yes.
Mayor Porter?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Wait, Mr. Mayor, I wanted to request the executive session real quick for James McDonough versus City of Homestead, 16 CV 24524. And we'll set that when everyone's available. Thank you.
All right, sir. Motion to adjourn? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Apparently, we told we better make a run for it if we're gonna go out.